Let me ask you guys something really real. Do you ever feel like your paycheck is completely gone before you ever even touch it? Number one, you're not crazy. Number two, you're not careless. And number three, you are definitely not alone. Millions, and I mean millions of people across the globe are living paycheck to paycheck, carrying around that same knot of anxiety in their stomach every time the rent is due, every time you need to pay your water bill, every time groceries get more expensive, every time another bill sneaks up. Now, here is the truth that nobody tells you, and the main one that I realized back in 2022 when my family had about $5 to spend for every single meal in a household with 3 people. For me, I found that it was not just the big stuff that was breaking us. It was silent little traps that were stealing hundreds of dollars. And back then, let me tell you guys, I became an all-time pro at finding extra money. And today, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can also expose those little money drains within your budget. And in doing so, more than likely, you're going to be able to find at least an extra $500 within your own budget. Now, the truth is that whenever you're living paycheck to paycheck, it never truly feels like one huge big thing actually knocks you down. Rent is high, yes. Groceries are brutal, absolutely. But that real frustration stems from just feeling like you are working so hard, getting money, and then it's just totally gone very quickly. Now, again, because I've been through this, I know exactly the little money traps and the little leaks that are hiding in plain sight. And that is exactly why I wanted to make today's video, because when you can identify where they're hiding, how they're draining you, and most importantly, how you can shut the door on them for good, your life is going to completely change. A quick note here is that this is video 2 in my 3-part money series that's focusing on how to do a complete overhaul of your own finances. If you haven't already watched video 1, you may find that helpful, and I am going to have that linked down below. Also, amazing news is that Monarch is giving away a complete year for free to one of my subscribers. All you need to do is enter the drawing. To do that, just drop the word money in the comments down below, and I'm going to draw somebody on October the 20th. All right, trap number 1 is the utility leech. This one is pretty boring and on purpose because that is exactly why it's a bit tricky. Now, we all know that utilities do inflate a little bit year after year, but I found that when I evaluated our budget and I actually took a look at each and every bill, the utilities often fluctuated a little bit too much. Now, guys, this may seem tedious, but I'm so serious whenever I say that it made a huge difference for my household. Now, when I say utilities, I want you to think not only of the basics of electricity and water, but also go ahead and include your phone bill. It's super helpful to track all of those things to ensure they're not fluctuating a ton from month to month. For us, I specifically remember it was our phone bill, and it kept creeping up and going down and creeping up and going down. And I remember looking at my husband and saying, what in the world is going on with our phone bill? Now, the good news here is that you are able to negotiate some of this, and one phone call can change some of this fluctuation that you see going on. I do suggest after tracking this that you go ahead, and if you are seeing fluctuations, that you're calling your phone bill company and asking your provider for a rate review. Or to be honest, this is a great time to shop around for other competitors, because like a lot of the competitors have the new iPhone out and they're willing to totally pay off your old phone bill, give you free phones and all of that if you sign up with their phone lines. Now, most families can save hundreds per year if you're actually aware of the fluctuations and you're paying attention to what is taking place. A great way to become aware is to get a tool like Monarch to chart these expenditures for you. Trap number 2 is the subscription thief. Okay, this next thief is 2 things. Definitely sneaky, but definitely common. $10 here, $15 here, a free trial that turned into an actual charge, and then suddenly you're losing $30 to $60 a month without even noticing. I remember when I was doing that overhaul on my home's finances, I realized I was paying for not 1, but 2 Disney Plus subscriptions. Now, I only was ever using 1 account, and I had absolutely no reason to have 2 accounts. The thing about it is, though, had I not been paying attention, or if I didn't have the help of a reoccurring charges list right before my eyes, I possibly still would be paying for 2 Disney Plus subscriptions. Now, the good part about getting this one in a clear list view for yourself is that whenever you are aware, you can call and do something about it. So let me give you an example. For me, what I did was I went ahead and called customer service for the Disney Plus subscriptions, and I told them what had been going on. I told them, hey, I've been paying for 2 subscriptions every month for like the past 12 months. And they, without any hesitation or any problems, refunded me over $150. So right then and there, I got over $150 refund for one subscription that I wasn't even using. So you guys can see how whenever you're aware and you have these things right in front of you of everything you're paying in a really nice list, you can then go in and fix it. And again, a lot of these companies are more than willing to give you a hefty refund if they can see that what you are paying for has not been being used. Okay, trap or thief number 3 is the delivery bandit. Now you all are not ready for this one because this one disguises itself as convenience. But I really want you to think about what all you're paying for whenever you do food delivery services like DoorDash and Uber Eats. To be honest, this one is completely avoidable, but can sometimes take you actually seeing how much you're spending on it. I went ahead and did a little bit of math on this. If you have the average $30 meal, but you DoorDash it, that $30 immediately turns into $50 after fees, a tip, and markup. Now, if you're doing that a few times a week, you're already out an extra $200 a month. Delivery feels harmless, but this one can really take the use of a tool like Monarch, showing you that convenience spending is almost as high as your grocery budget. So if you're trading just 2 delivery nights a week for pickup, you're recovering $40 to $80 instantly. That is money back in your pocket without you giving up eating out. Now, of course, it's best to cook at home, but I do get that people like a little eating out. So maybe if we're trying to do that overhaul on our finances, we can find a happy medium on that one. Trap number 4 is the interest or forgotten fee thief. Credit card companies do not care how hard you work. They profit off of your debt. And with the average APR over 20%, late fees and overdraft charges, this one quietly drains not hundreds, but thousands from households every single year. Now, interest and fees are really easy to ignore because they're buried in transactions. When you have a budgeting tool that you're using like Monarch, you can have that all laid out for you and highlighted. And whenever I did that, that was a complete wake-up call for me, because then I was able to see how much I was paying in fees every single year, which quite honestly made me furious enough to finally get them all paid off. Again, the important thing here is the awareness. With this one, there are also other ways that you can overcome it. So if your credit is pretty decent, you do have the option to move balances to, let's say, like a 0% interest credit card, or at least set up an auto pay for the minimum so that late fees never get another bite of your paycheck. Now, I used to be really big on using a paper and pen, but one of the reasons that I fell in love with using an online tool was because I found it easy to group charges across all accounts. So instead of combing through lines of transactions on physical printouts, I could see collectors' handiwork in one place, and I canceled what I didn't need. I do want to point out that Monarch has 2 great tools that could be used for overcoming those forgotten fees. First, they have the reoccurring transactions detection here. So Monarch automatically flags reoccurring charges across all of your connected accounts. So this does not just catch subscriptions, it also surfaces annual fees, account maintenance charges, or renewal fees that might otherwise get lost in the noise. So for example, if your bank is charging you a $12 monthly account fee, Monarch is going to be able to go in and display it right alongside your Netflix and gym charges so you actually notice it. The second feature is their merchant level grouping. So Monarch groups transactions by merchant. So if you are getting hit by small charges from the same company here, you can see them being bundled together. And this is how you'd be able to go ahead and catch something like a $5 service fee from your bank that's going to show up every month or every quarter. Trap number 5 is one of my favorites, and that is the impulse trickster. This one is really combined with psychological awareness, and this one doesn't steal in the dark. It tricks you in plain sight. One-click buys, Amazon carts, TikTok shops. Is this ringing any bells for you? Because in the moment, it feels harmless, but those $20 splurges definitely add up. $100, $200 a month, gone. I personally use spending charts, and when I saw my shopping category ballooning, it opened my eyes to understanding that, hey, maybe this one is on me. Maybe I really need to make some changes within my choices. For this, let me go ahead and kind of show you how you can get this stuff shown to you on a chart. In Monarch, you can create a custom category. So for example, fees, waste, and tag every single little random charge that you find. Monarch search tool here also lets you type in specific specific keywords, so like fee or charge, which is an easy way to hunt down those impulse spendings. Trap number 6 and the last one on my list, and the reason I kept it for last is because once you get all of your finances in order, you're looking good, you're feeling good, that's when this trap can come in, and that is the lifestyle illusionist. Now, this little thief is the most dangerous of all because it hides behind success. Every raise, every bonus, you convince yourself to spend more, that it's okay, you feel like you're making progress, but in reality, you can become just as broke because your spending increases as your money increases. I'm going to tell you all what really has helped me now at this stage in my life is just doing a monthly recap of my money and doing a monthly recap of the flow of my money and where my cash is going whenever I'm getting it. A great feature on Monarch specifically that's going to help you with this is their cash flows feature, which I've talked about in video 1, because whenever you're seeing the cash flow bars change over time, so ideally the green bar is going up and the red bar is going down, this could truly help you monitor that lifestyle inflation. And that's an amazing feature for your awareness of your finances. All right, you all, those little 6 thieves can definitely steal $500 a month from you or more if you're not paying attention. If you all want additional help, again, Monarch is the perfect tool for this. I know from experience. If you're ready to try it for yourself, there's a link in my description box down below. And don't forget to use the promo code here on screen, all capital, the word powerful, and that's going to gain you access to 50% off of your first year of an annual Monarch plan. If after watching today's video you find you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment sections down below. Don't forget to comment the word money to enter into the drawing for the free 1-year Monarch subscription. As always, thank you guys so much for your continuous support, and I do look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye.